Hi everyone, this is Darren from SimNation. Welcome back to the channel. Look, I know we are at a flawless 15-0 with our Pittsburgh Steelers in the WWPF, but let's be incredibly humble here. Going undefeated is incredibly hard in this league, and we cannot look past our final regular season hurdle, the 11-4 Denver Broncos, led by Prince. These guys are a powerhouse, and we have to respect the season that they put together. Today we are diving deep into the Wolverine Studios Draft Day Sports Pro Football 26 engine to build a game plan that will hopefully get us to 16-0. Let's head into the war room and look at the tape. First, let's look at what the Broncos do with the football. On paper, this is a terrifying, albeit unbalanced attack. They are the second best passing team in the league, dropping over 387 yards a game through the air, while practically ignoring the run game at 68 yards a game. But guys, stop the presses because the injury report changes everything about this game. This is a brutal break for Denver. Not only is the star receiver Randal Rasmussen out with a sprained ankle, but their starting quarterback Harry Mojica is also out with a broken cheekbone. You hate to see injuries derail a great team, but from a strategic standpoint, Denver's going to need some serious MacGyver-level duct tape and paper clips to keep this offense humming today. Without Mojica and his 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, safety blanket, and Rasmussen, the Broncos are turning to their backups. And keep in mind that one of the backups is Arturo Bates, the $14 million man formerly of Houston, has thrown for over 2,800 yards a season with 26 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for the injured Mojica. Career-wise, he threw for 48,000 yards and almost 400 touchdowns in Houston. This guy's no slouch. Now let's take a look at the play analysis in order to start building out the game plan. Give me 1 second while I get there. That. Sorry about this. It takes a little bit longer sometimes to get there. Looking at the play analysis, they historically live in the shotgun and spread formations, spamming wide receiver short outs, bubble screens, and comebacks. They want the ball out instantly. Even with backups in, Denver's likely going to stick to its DNA and try to paper cut us with those RPOs and slants. So how do we counter an offensive scheme that loves to pass short, but is now missing its two most crucial pieces? Here's the setup we are locking in on the game plan screen. From a defensive focus perspective, we're going to focus on the pass. We are still disrespecting the run game. Let them try to establish ground game out of nowhere. They likely can't do it. From a pass defense depth, we're going to set it to short. They aren't taking deep shots, especially not with a backup quarterback. But bear in mind that if Prince really wanted to throw me a curveball, he could change it to long. Bates definitely can make those throws. We need our linebackers and defensive backs squatting on those shallow routes and RPOs. We're going to go with a heavy man in a sort of press type man coverage. Without Rasmussen to blow the top off our defense, we are going to press the remaining receivers right at the line of scrimmage. We want to completely disrupt the timing of their backup quarterback. Defensive formation-wise, we're going to use a lot of nickel and dime in this game. Keep the speed on the field to rally and tackle the catch. Now, let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball. The Broncos defense has really struggled this year. They rank 30th against the pass, surrendering nearly 357 yards a game through the air. Looking at their season play analysis, they sit back in very conservative deep shells. We are seeing a ton of dime prevent, cover 2 and cover 4, and quarter prevent base. They are terrified of the deep ball. Against Tampa Bay last week, they mostly sat in quarter 3 and 3-3-5 soft. However, we have to show some serious respect to Dan Rose at linebacker. The man has 134 tackles and 15 sacks. He's an absolute game wrecker off the edge, and if we aren't careful, he'll ruin our perfect season all by himself. They want to play light boxes and deep zones. We can work with that. We're going to put on our hard hats and punish them in the intermediate passing game, i.e. medium. Here's how we're configuring our offensive game plan. Run ratio, pass. We're undefeated and it's our bread and butter right now. Yes, Paine is questionable, but I have to give him the chance at the record. For other teams, I would say go run heavy like 65 or look at a short passing game. If they're coming out in diamond quarters to stop the pass, then you should not do what I'm doing and run the ball right down their throats against the 6-man boxes. Offensive tempo. Slow. You want to control the clock, grind out first downs, and keep Dan Rose sucking wind on the field. From a formation focus, I'm not changing anything, but if it was you, I'd consider pro set, I formation, and two tight end. Bring heavy personnel onto the field to force them out of those quarter and dime packages. If they stubbornly stay in the dime against your two tight end sets, your line would just pave the way. Passing strategy, look at using quick passes and play action. Again, medium to short passing routes. When you do throw, the ball needs to be out fast to neutralize Rose's pass rush. Once you establish the power run, you'll use the play action to hit the seams underneath or deep prevent shells. That's the blueprint, SimNation. We press the backups, stop the passing game, pound the rock against a light secondary, or in my case, throw shorter routes and try to get underneath the deep secondary, and respect the danger that Dan Rose brings off the edge. Will the Steelers finish the regular season undefeated, or will the backup-led Broncos pull off the upset of the year? Drop your score predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more WWPF action, and I will see you guys on the gridiron for week 18, which will be the wild card.